1990s. All of this was primarily undeveloped woodlands. But it was here on August 23rd, 1990, that Andy Atkinson's car was found. This used to be a cul-de-sac called Enclave Round Street, also known as Lover's Lane. The night after they left Bayou Mama's, they came right here, parked the car, and whatever happened there, it's still...
August 22nd, 1990, Cheryl Henry and Andy Atkinson went out together. The couple drove to a then remote area known as Lover's Lane near Eldridge Parkway on Houston's west side, but Cheryl never came home. The next day, her family called police. Her body was found hours later. Andy's remains found the following day. Their murder, horrific.
They bound them, they tortured them, they assaulted them, and then they murdered them and just destroyed our family.
The details of the rape and murder, gruesome, seared into their memories even now, decades later.
I literally walked through every minute I was with her that day and what I could have done different if I hadn't left, if she had gone home.
Somewhere over here, Andy and Cheryl got out the car and they ended up roughly 200 yards to the south of here, which is now the Cisco Corporation. I can't even describe to explain how it feels being right here in the spot where they spent the last moments of their lives. Now somewhere when all this was wooded, Cheryl's body was found roughly 100 yards from the car. She had been raped and her throat was cut. And then about 100 yards past that, somewhere out here, Andy was found tied to a tree, almost beheaded. It was speculated that he was tied up first and could hear what was happening to Cheryl. And if that is true, that is just horrible. But it all happened somewhere out here. Well, I came out here looking for where Bayou Mama's used to be, and I remember it was several clubs after that: Surfside Sally's, something else, and then 8 Mile, a rap club. And I remember I was out here at the club, I forgot what it was called then, about 20 some odd years ago. I think I was with my first wife at the time. I don't really remember much of it, but I remember being here. Well, I came out to see what was here, did some online research because there's a large strip center with lots of businesses, and I finally narrowed it down to that apartment complex. That's where Bayou Mama's was 35 years ago. Now it's an apartment complex. And I'm pretty sure nobody living there has any idea of the history. Gotta love progress. In 2001, police received this anonymous note from someone saying if they wanted to know who killed Andy and Cheryl, that it would cost them $100,000. They tried to follow up on it, but it was another dead end. This is where this video ends. A side note is, about 2 months prior to Andy and Cheryl's death, there was a sexual assault of a exotic dancer. She was working at a place called Gigi's, and when she got there was a man waiting for her with a gun and wanting to know where her boyfriend was. Well, he ended up raping her and stole money from her. She reported the incident to the Harris County Sheriff's Department, and some years after that, the DNA was tested and it matched the DNA that was collected from Cheryl's case, and they matched. So they have his DNA. Unfortunately, they don't know who he is. Another side note to this was after Cheryl and Andy's death, it's unknown if he committed any more act of rape and murder. It's like he disappeared off the face of the earth. Nobody knows. Is he even still alive? Well, the case is still active and it's still being worked, and there is still a chance that they will identify whoever did this. Now, I couldn't go visit Andy's grave. He's buried in Fayetteville, North Carolina. But I will include a picture from what I got offline. Until then, don't take care. Until next time. Today's March 26, 2026, and today they announced a major update in this case. While scrolling through Facebook, I came across a post from the Harris County District Attorney's Office announcing an arrest in this over 36-year-old cold case murder. I was elated. I actually drove out to the cemetery, found Cheryl's grave, and I said, "Cheryl, they got him." Well, all that's been released is that they have arrested Floyd William Parrott, 64 years old, out of Nebraska, and he is now waiting extradition back to Harris County, where he will be tried for capital murder, which carries the death penalty. Now, whether that actually happens or not remains to be seen, but I am elated that this case now is finally solved. They've also released that it was a DNA hit in the CODIS system and an anonymous tip last year. Now, when I was originally researching this last year, I actually talked to the detective working on it, and he made a ominous comment saying that indicating this case was going to be solved. It was just a matter of time, and happy to say that he's right. So I hope the families of Cheryl Henry and Andy Atkinson can now find peace and closure.